So I want to show you how to actually get to the different websites and how to have a look at your listing on the different apps that are out there without actually leaving where you're at. So here's the listing as we would see it normally. Now I am in Firefox, all right? So on Firefox, what you do is you go to the Tools menu in Firefox. Then you can go to something called Web Developer, which gives you a little drop-down box. And then you can go into something called Responsive Design Mode. Now that's how you get to it on Firefox. And what happens is that. All right, so it changes the way things look, changes what actually happens. I'm just going to mute Kate. Changes what happens. Now, that doesn't look anything, and all it looks like now is it just looks like looks kind of weird, doesn't really do anything. But lo and behold, if I now, let's check that I'm sharing. If I now check up here, it says no device selected. If I now select a device, so I can look at it on an iPad, I can look at it on an iPhone, whatever it might be. So let's just go to the iPhone and look at it on our iPhone and then hit refresh. All right, now this is what your listing looks like on an iPhone. Now, a couple of important things here. Notice the real estate has changed. The way that the real estate above the fold is now much, much different to what you normally see. So it's a very, very important thing for you to wrap your head around. The difference in things like the amount of text, characters you can put for your title, for instance. Typically on a normal website, you can put up to 200, depending on the product and the category, up to 200 characters for your title. But on a mobile browser, that gets truncated, and you only get between 70 and 90, depending on the particular mobile that you're looking on. So it's very, very good idea to make sure that your title does all of the selling you need to have it done. The best part of the sale happens in the first 70 to 90 characters. All right, so Liz's question is, given that, let's just scroll down, given that the description comes first, is it better to keep it short like Anita Leo has done? Now, I'm not going to show you Anita's products. That's something we went through in the inner circle. But suffice to say, Anita's got a very, very short description, all right? So the answer to that is no, it's not the best idea to keep it short, because here's where we can open it up to you guys. What is one of the purposes of your description on Amazon? What is one of the purposes of your description on Amazon? Keywords. You guys are rocking it. All right, cool. So keywords, very, very important. That's where you can kind of stuff in all your other keywords. So you want to use, even though, let's just go back, you're only going to see that much, the first, paragraph and a bit, unless you click on the see more. You're only going to see a small amount. It's still a very, very important component, because that's where you can put keywords in, and that's where it's good for SEO. Now, the other thing I want to quickly mention while we're here as well, this listing is now really all about the images that you use. So unlike a normal listing, where we can have, for instance, let's just go back to a normal one so we can see the difference, the image actually doesn't take up that much room. Whilst it's important, there's other things that are important too. And if you look at the actual real estate on the page, then it's a fairly even mix between the two. But as soon as you go off of the traditional web-based website and onto an app-based website or a mobile-based website, the images become crazily important. The images become crazily important. Look at the difference of the listing. It's just unbelievable. So this is why I keep going on about your images have to do all of the selling for you, because this is all above the fold, what's called above the fold, and everything else is below the fold. And indeed, to see it, you've actually got to click something to see it. So you want to make sure that everything is done possibly to make sure that your listings images do all the selling for you, And you guys all know that I use Mick Kelly to do all my images for me. Mick's images are freaking awesome. He really gets how to do this. So, Lizzie, that's a great question. Hope that helps. It also gave me the opportunity of settling myself in after a little stressful interlude to begin with, and also showing you some cool stuff about the more advanced side of Amazon, and thinking about Amazon not just as one website, but as 4 different websites, depending on how you're accessing Amazon itself. And of course, again, just to reiterate, each website has its own particular sort of SEO that you need to do for it. And one of the most important things I can share with you is this initial title. So this is the title here. You've got to keep that. You've got to make sure that the information you want to get across, the most important information, is in the first 70 to 90 characters. So you can ensure that it doesn't get truncated. You guys know what truncated means, don't you? It's where they put the little ellipses. It doesn't get truncated there. Very, very important part of what we do. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really, really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing? If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales I've used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon, that Sue, who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on, a month, not a year, a month on Amazon, and indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now.